Welcome to Tom's World of Shoes. So many different types of shoes. Here behind me, just a sample. But even within a type of shoe, for example, running shoes, there's a number of different types. There's trail running shoes, there's racing shoes, comfort shoes, track spikes, all with a different purpose. Why are shoes so important? Well, it's the point of contact with the ground. If that's not secure, if we can't trust when we put our foot down it's going to hold firm and grip, then we're in trouble. Today we're going to test the shoes behind us and see how they hold up with the amount of traction they give, how secure they are when they hit the ground. First up, my comfort slippers, $5 from Kmart, and as you can see, these not so good with holding the foot in place, and you'd be in trouble, I think, if you had to go too far outside your home with these. Next up, our formal shoe. These were actually the shoes that I got married in. And you can see the traction is not so good. The comfort is not great either. I think you'd get a little bit further than the slippers, but again, wouldn't want to be going too far. Now our cheap football boots, you can see, really good on the bottom, but not designed for a slippery, smooth surface. Not good at all with the traction. Chances are you'd have a serious accident. But on the surface they're designed for, on grass, in mud, these would be the choice, wouldn't they? Look at that grip. Twist and turn, no worries at all. Fantastic if that's the situation you're intending them for. Now, 3 different types of running shoes. First up, our comfort shoe. Look at the stack height there. Plenty of cushion. Now you can see hitting the ground nicely, nice rebound, and a comfortable ride there. Next up, our innovative cushioning solution, our clouds. And you can see as these hit the ground, yes, not too bad, an interesting idea. Traction, decent. So sometimes it helps to be a bit different, worth a try. And finally, our carbon plated racing shoes, super lightweight. These were used in an attempt to break 2 hours for the marathon. These would be your best choice if you're in some sort of race. You want something lightweight, you want something that's going to push you off the ground, propel you forward. Now, I don't care who you are. You're the fastest person in the world. If you have a pair of slippers on, you're not going to get very far. You're not going to go the distance, because these things are not designed for that sort of speed. You need something else, more substantial, designed and fit for the purpose. It's true in life too. The world around us can be a difficult place. When we come into contact with those difficult people, challenging situations, we need to make sure we're prepared, that we've got the traction that's going to help us go the distance so that we don't fall flat on our face. Now, what am I talking about here? What are the shoes that we need in life? The Bible talks about this, and it talks about spiritual shoes. Shoes that are the readiness of the peace that the gospel brings. Ready to go into action, ready to run life's race. So many different types of shoes, and so many different opinions on the way we should go about life. But when we're faced with situations out on the road of life and the slippers are no longer good enough, it's important to make sure we've prepared ourselves, that we know that we've got a deep grounding, security of peace inside us. Because unlike a physical race where you go out and you're prepared, you've got time, you know it's coming, with life, we don't know when certain situations are going to occur. It's all fine when things are going well, we can get away with the slippers. But when those storms come, it's too late. We need to make sure we're ready ahead of time. When those tough times come, we need to make sure we're equipped and secure with that peace inside. Well, hello. Thank you for joining live. If you're here Wednesday, 12:45, drop us a message in the chat. Otherwise, if you're watching later, feel free to join at that time every week. Shoes. Do you have a favorite pair? How many pairs do you have? Interesting subject, shoes. I think everyone can talk about their shoes, type of shoes they have. I think shoes can say a lot about a person. So let's dig into it today. The question, spiritual shoes. Shoes for life, life shoes, this metaphor of shoes. What's it all about? Well, if you're with us last week, we looked at a chapter in Exodus where we see a physical enemy, a danger, and the Israelites are thrown into panic. They're wondering, oh no, what's happened? We've said okay to God and left the security, even if it was not a great place in Egypt. But now we're in trouble. Pharaoh's after us and we're trapped. But we see here that God tells the people to stand firm, that God's going to deliver them. And today we're looking at another verse, this time in the New Testament, as we do here. Go from the Old Testament to the New Testament week by week, but trying to keep the theme the same. Journey through the Bible in that way. We see a similar sort of message to stand firm. So let's have a look at Ephesians chapter 6 today, and we're going to see where the shoes come in here. So we see a final word: be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Again, it's God who is the source of security and that standing firm. It's us being still and accepting, receiving that. Put on all of God's armor so that you'll be able to stand firm against all strategies of the devil. For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world. I wonder what you think about that. The unseen, supernatural side of life. Is there one? Let me know your thoughts there. Rach says she thinks I have a lot of pairs of shoes, probably too many, but at least I'm prepared. The unseen world, against the mighty powers of the dark world, against evil spirits and heavenly places. Therefore, because of this unknown side of life, I think we'd all accept that there are parts of life we don't understand. We don't understand the future. We don't understand a lot of the why things happen. We might understand a little bit about the science behind things, or just what we should be expecting. We can predict the weather, but the why, the big questions, it's unknown, especially when it comes to our lives and what we're going to face. Therefore, put on every piece of God's armor. It breaks it down here, so you'll be able to resist the enemy in the time of evil. The time of evil. Are you in an evil time right now, or are you in a good time? As that intro video said, it's important to be prepared. Then after the battle, you will still be standing firm, not shaken. Well, maybe shaken, but not flat on our face, not falling over. Stand your ground, putting on the belt of truth and the body armor of God's righteousness. Here we go, favorite bit. For shoes, put on the peace that comes from the good news, so that you'll be fully prepared. In addition to all of these, hold up the shield of faith to stop the fiery arrows of the devil. The arrows flying in unseen, unpredicted. We'll be ready if we have that shield of faith. Put on salvation as your helmet, and take up the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, the Bible, which is what you're reading now, what you're doing now. So fantastic part of the way there. But what is this peace that it talks about? The good news, the peace that we are seeing here. Well, made a few notes, had a look at other places in the Bible. Good way to find out. It's a knowledge that God's looking after us, that God cares for us. That's the source of the peace. It grounds us. It's a guard for our minds and our hearts against worry. We don't have to worry about what's coming, the unknown. It's knowing that Jesus has won a victory over death, and we have that eternal security. That it's a supernatural protection, supernatural peace, despite the circumstances, no matter what we're facing physically. And it's peace with each other, peace with people that naturally we might not get along with. So this peace, it's an amazing thing we're talking about. It's a readiness, it's a preparedness, It's stability in our life. I think we all need that. We're all looking for that stability, no matter what comes at us, whatever pushes us over unexpectedly. We're not going to lose our balance. We're not going to react in freaking out like we read about last week. Not going to panic. So when we're faced with the unknown, and maybe even for you at the moment, it might be something that is impending, something that you feel like is at the door, something not good, or maybe you're going through it now. The offer's there for us to accept. Be still and know that God is looking after you, that He cares. That's an offer that we can accept or reject. It's up to us, but that peace is available for us to accept. Say yes to God now. See what happens. What have you got to lose? Say yes to God's peace. Accept that offer. Encourage you to connect with us. Go on this journey together. It's not something that we're ever meant to explore alone, the faith journey. So check out our website at the end if you're interested. But hope to see you again, maybe live next time, Wednesday 12:45. All right, but thank you for joining us, those that have live. Great to see you. And next week or throughout the week, check out our website.